recently I had a client go see a palm reader at a party. There was one there, and they had asked them about their future romantic prospects. And this person, they have had quite a traumatic past when it comes to relationships, a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, and they've been single for quite some time and they're really ready to like get back in the dating game, get back in the love game and really find someone who they can spend their, remaining years with in whatever capacity feels good to them when it comes to a romantic partnership. So when they saw this palm reader, the palm reader let them know like, "Oh, I don't see that in your palm. Unfortunately, the relationship you had in the past, that is your final relationship. No more relationship for you." And as soon as my client had heard this information, they didn't really feel great about it. They felt very disempowered. They felt very sad. The rest of the party was a little bit of a downer because all I could think was like, wow, I really blew my one shot, or I have no more chances of love in this lifetime. And what I told them is to just disregard the information. If it does not feel true, then disregard it. Especially if it feels disempowering, if it doesn't feel motivating, then disregard it. You are allowed, just because someone has, and I'm not discounting this palm reader whatsoever, like that is a set of knowledge and skills that I do not have that I think is super interesting. And I would be interested to see like what exactly out of their palm they saw. But just knowing my client and knowing that that is something they want and that is something they feel they have the capacity for, they feel they have the capacity to love someone. They feel like they have the capacity to bring someone else into their life and share it with them. So why let a palm reader, an astrologer, a human design expert, anyone tell you that something you really want is not within your reach, especially when it comes to partnership, to love, things like that. And also to take what anyone's me as an astrologer, a business advisor, a human design nerd, things like that, like take it and incorporate it into your own experiment. If you do want love in the future, how are you setting yourself up now? Like, how are you working on your own self limiting beliefs? How are you learning to trust people, to be vulnerable? Are you putting yourself in situations where you can find love, where you can interact with people, where you can grow your network, grow your friends, things like that? Like, taking the information and I don't want to say twisting and turning it, but viewing it from a space that feels empowering, that feels like, okay, I can move forward with this space. And maybe, yeah, where I'm at now, if I stay exactly the same, I might not meet someone. But turning it and like, you know what? I don't think that's the end all be all. We always have free will. The tides are always changing for us in ways. So really, I guess the point of this video is just to let you know, like, if you come across a piece of spiritual or esoteric advice that is not true, does not truly feel in alignment, it is okay to experiment with that piece of advice. It is okay to disregard that piece of advice, regardless of if you've paid the person for, their advice or not. It's not the end all be all, and you have free will and you have discernment, and you can make this life whatever you want it to be, and you can spend this life with whoever you want to spend it with, as long as it's aligned, it's empowering, it's mutual. Especially in terms of a relationship, you can only be in a relationship with someone else who wants to be in a relationship with you. And if you are trying to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, then that's a whole other set of stories, other set of circumstances that you can definitely work with a therapist, with a spiritual advisor, someone to help get you to the next step. But don't take the advice from an expert as the end all be all of your story. You have the power to change your story in whatever way you want to change it. And I would love to, use this video as a way to remind you. So that is all I have. Please let me know your ahas, your oh no's. Have you had a spiritual advisor tell you something that you just felt completely wrong and you used it as a catalyst to change your life in a better way? I would love to know. But that's it. I'll talk to you later. Like this video if you like the video. Bye.